Hi, I'm attorney Lee Coleman with Hughes and Coleman Law Firm, and one issue has come up about warnings with medical products, and particularly we're talking about warnings having to do with transvaginal mesh products, and these are meshes that are used in surgeries to support leaky bladders, pelvic prolapse surgery, leaky bladder surgery I've heard it called, but doctors over the last 5-10 years have been using products manufactured by major companies. Think of a screen door, you know, the screen that comes in, just a mesh product that's implanted and used by doctors to support a leaky bladder. There have been a lot of problems associated with these products and a lot of lawsuits that are in process around the country. And then just recently, Johnson & Johnson, one of the biggest manufacturers of the mesh products, has sent a letter to a couple of the judges that are in control of much of the litigation, but they've sent a letter to these judges announcing that they are pulling products or intend to pull these products off the market. They're leaving some on the market, but they're changing the warnings and the instructions with those mesh products. So what does that mean, the warnings and instructions? What's all that about? The issue comes up when companies manufacture these products. They are to tell the doctors and the patients about side effects, problems that can be experienced, and then they give instructions to the doctors about what types of surgeries they can be used in and how they can be used. So with the advent of all this litigation, all these lawsuits that are going on, ladies across the country by the thousands experiencing horrible problems after having this surgery with these mesh, you think about the mesh that's inside your body, and then it starts rubbing up against internal tissues, maybe the wall of the bladder or your bowel. There can be some horrible problems where these meshes actually work their way into the internal organs. So after all this has come up, well, Johnson & Johnson now says they're going to change the warnings. Well, obviously they need to for the products that are going to remain on the market, because they're going to have to tell ladies who are about to undergo surgery, and the doctors are going to think about using one of these meshes. They need to warn those ladies about what problems they might experience if they're going to have that product, because there are other options, and anyone who's undergoing a surgery needs to be told about the problems that could become, or be associated with those products, so that they can make a choice: do they want to have it or not, or they can talk to their doctors about other alternatives. For instance, in bladder support surgery, before there were ever these meshes, doctors have been doing bladder support surgeries for years. I know women who had them 20 years ago, and in those surgeries, the doctors take internal tissues, realign them, do some suturing, change muscles around, and it's worked fairly well for many women for years. But the companies that have come up with these mesh products and have pushed them into the market so hard because they can sell them, now we're finding out there are just a lot more problems with those meshes than anyone ever expected, anyone ever knew about, at least the public. So now that the companies are out there admitting their problems and they're going to keep selling these products, the ones they're going to keep selling, they're going to have to give new warnings. It'll be interesting to see what those warnings say. We expect that those new warnings are going to include such things as possible erosion through internal tissues, possible pain on sexual intercourse, possible scarring, all these problems that we're seeing in our clients on a daily basis. So if you're talking to a doctor about possibly having bladder prolapse surgery, then specifically ask him what products he's using, ask him to see the warnings, and if there aren't any warnings, you might want to check and go out. We invite comments from people who are in the process of undergoing a surgery or having a surgery. What are your doctors telling you? What warnings are you being given? And are there any websites that you're finding that you can go into to find out possible side effects of the specific product that the doctor is talking about using? All these are interesting questions, very important questions for the ladies who are contemplating or needing that surgery. Again, if you have any comments, helpful information, please share that. There's a lot of people out there who need that information. Thank you and have a good day.